Oh, something different.
Mark chapter 5, verses 30 to 32. And Jesus, perceiving in himself that power had gone out from him, immediately turned about in the crowd and said, Who touched my garments? And his disciples said to him, You see the crowd pressing around you, and yet you say, Who touched me? And he looked around to see who had done it. I can understand why the disciples would have been incredulous about the question that Jesus was asking. Jesus, you're in the midst of a crowd. Not just a crowd, but a crowd that is pressing, thronging. Obviously, persons are going to touch you. How can you be asking who touched you? Well, everybody around you. No, disciples. There's a difference between touch and brush against. Yes. There were many who were around Jesus, many who were close to him in proximity. There were many whom, based on the thronging, based on the press, they would have come in contact with him. But they did not impact him. They did not affect him. They did not pull anything from him. Why? The touch of faith, the intentional touching of God, is far different from any casual or accidental contact. This woman, she didn't brush against him. She wasn't pushed upon him. She touched him. She touched him with an intention. She touched him with an expectation. She touched him in faith. And that activated the power that was latent within him. It caused power to leave him and be transferred to her. Healing virtue was transferred from Jesus to the woman because of a touch of faith. This woman came and received from Jesus what others who were right around him all along that journey did not receive, even though they came into contact with him. What does this say? It tells us that simply being in a worship service or in a prayer meeting or amongst people who are talking about Jesus or talking about the word is not sufficient to give us a real encounter with God. Too often, we simply go with the flow. We're in the crowd. We're there. We hear what's going on. We see what's going on. But we do not get impacted. We do not get the miracles that we really need and desire. Why? Because we've not been intentional in our contact with God. We have not intentionally sought an encounter with God. It's not good enough to brush on him. It's not good enough to be a part of that service, to watch the move of God. If you want a transfer from God, if you want virtue to come from him to you, if you want a real empowering and life-changing encounter, then you must be deliberate in your contact. Reach out for him and touch him by faith. Touch him with your praise. Touch him with your worship. Touch him with your prayers. But by faith, intentionally, touch him and you will be made whole. God bless you. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And for more, join us at 9 a.m. at 10 Union Square, Crossroads, Kingston, Jamaica. If you can't be there in person, join us virtually via YouTube Live.